Boom. Now we're here. Now we're here for real. We're here for real. All right, fam. Let's see what we're talking about today. Yeah, ready? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Vantage Point Podcast. This is a show where I break down the quotes and the posts that I put up on social media. If you haven't done so yet, fam, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, give me some thumbs up. Comment below only if you find this episode valuable. And with that being said, fam, let's get into today's show. The quote we are breaking down today is, you ever thought that maybe it's your attitude? Do this today. When something that usually bothers you happens, ask yourself, do I have to react this way? Don't be so quick to react. Observe, slow it down. Trust me, a change in perspective. A perspective change will solve all of your problems. Caption on here says, do this today and control how you respond. You see, family, listen, attitude is everything. Your attitude towards life is everything, because your attitude, the foundation, who you are, will determine how you will react and respond, which then determines what happens next, which results you get. So in your life right now, the results all make sense. Everything that happens in your life is a result of you being you, right? Who you are, how you see things, how you view the world. And if you don't have an attitude adjustment, if you don't change your attitude in life, if you don't slow things down so you can see things from a totally different perspective to get a certain result, then family, you are going to be all over the place and nothing is going to change. No amount of discipline in the world is going to be able to change you. No amount of positive thoughts or motivational talks is going to change you if your attitude stays the same. Your attitude's everything, fam. How do you walk every single moment in your life? What do you do? What's your movements, right? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about where you're going? How do you feel about the world? That attitude, fam, we feel that. I feel that. You can feel my energy. I can feel your energy, and it comes from your attitude. It's like, oh man, you're walking a certain way, from your posture to how you dress to, and this is not a form of judgment, right? Because this is where people get confused, right? People are like, oh, I don't want to be judged. This person's judging me for being a certain way. And I hear that a lot, where it's like, oh, okay, I don't want you to judge me for this, or oh, don't judge a book by its cover, all these things. It's about your attitude, which is backed by the energy that you're moving with. That's all that is. What is the foundation you are moving with? And it's being expressed in every form, in every aspect of your life, in every area of life, in every single moment of your life. Your attitude, people can see it and feel it. When something goes wrong, what do you naturally do? Do you get frustrated? Do you get annoyed? Do you get angry? Do you look to see things in a way like, okay, how can I solve this problem? Attitude, fam, attitude. So if you don't like where you are, then you're going to have to see, how do you naturally react to things and why. There is truth in how you do things, fam. Don't ignore it. There is truth when something happens, you feel a certain way. There is something there, right? There's a reason why you feel this way, and it has to do with how you feel about yourself. So let's look at this and study ourselves and stop ignoring ourselves and feeling bad about ourselves and stop just accepting it too. Because some of you would say, yeah, I'm like this, ha, 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 and then that's it. And then it goes away. And then you allow it to roll on to the next day while you complain about the results you're getting, versus experience something and say, oh, hold on, how do I normally react to this? It takes effort, fam. What I'm asking is almost impossible, right? Because I'm asking you to slow things down in a world where you feel so afraid, in a world where you're pulled in multiple directions, in a world where many of you feel like the victim, and you feel like, oh, I'm so used to losing that I'm going to lose again, or I'm so used to failing, I'm going to fail again. I'm so used to, struggling, I'm going to struggle again. Or you remind yourself of the past, and then the past turns into the present. So you start suffering from memory, like, oh, this is what happened to me before. So now, I got to be careful because it's going to happen to me again. It's like, family, attitude is everything. You need an attitude adjustment. You need to start walking with your head up high. You need to start changing your posture up. Fix yourself. Walk with your chest out, right? Walk directly where you need to go. Keep your energy, keep your focus where it needs to be. Intention, fam, creates your attitude. Intention creates your attitude. When you start thinking about where you want to go, what you want to do, where you want to be, it formulates how you respond to things, what you have time for, what you give attention to, what you're willing to settle for. It's like, no, I know where I'm going. I know my intention in life, overall intention, where you're going, what you're doing, which direction you're going towards. It's like, you know what you want. When you don't know what you want, you're in survival mode, and like that attitude is like, oh wait, no, oh. It's like you're responding, you're reacting to things from an emotional level, knowing that, oh, things like this usually happen to me. So then it's like you feel bad when it happens because it normally happens to you, right? You're like, oh, again, oh, things like this normally happen to me. Oh, I got to go through this again. It's like, this is why I said here, I said, did you ever thought that maybe it's your attitude? Like, because you think that way, because you react that way, because your energy and your intention is expecting these things to happen that always has happened to you, which means you're creating this yourself, right? You're kind of like predicting the future based on how you always done things in the past. So have you ever stopped to think like, yo, maybe like you ever thought about that this is happening because of you, how you ruin opportunities, how you ruin certain things in your life, that you get in your own way that destroys a potential connection, a potential relationship, a potential business deal, a potential opportunity, how you ruin it because of your attitude towards it and how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself. If you know that you are the problem and you are the solution to this problem, not just the quote that I say 100,000 times, we're talking about in a real way where you see yourself and say, no, I am the problem and I am the solution. In facts, like fact, I am the problem. You will focus on you so hard that you will focus on changing the intention, the foundation of yourself, how you want to thrive, you want to get clear, you want to live in truth, you want to live with love, you want to live with clarity and awareness. If your intention is that, then how you react and respond to things, you will see all of it as opportunity to exercise that, to express that, to reveal to yourself that you are headed towards that direction. Anything happens in your life, you're like, okay, boom, I'm changing the way I see myself. People like me don't do this. People like me, where I'm going, don't respond like this. Who do I want to be? What kind of human do I want to be? Who do I want to become, and be it now? Fam, who do you want to become? Think about the human being that you want to become. Be it now. Start now. And it starts with your attitude. It starts how you see yourself, how you see things, how you react to things. You have control over that, fam. And it doesn't feel like you have control over it when you have these conclusions and these stories you've committed to, where you're like, no, when this happens, this is it. Versus, do I have to react to that? Do I have to respond that way? Do I have to feel like that? Does that have to bother me in actuality? A change in perspective changes your experience. A change of perspective will solve every problem because you're seeing things from a totally different angle, fam. And I say this all the time and it sounds good. And I always say this because, family, you got to really get this in your brains, in your thick skull. You have to really see this, fam, because you are in control of your life. You are in control. You have full control. Nothing is by mistake. No results. It's like, oh, how did this happen to me? Everything makes sense, fam. Everything makes sense. You just have to study it. You have to observe it, understand the process of it. If you are interested in it, you will dive into it. If you're not interested, you will forever be lost, and you will rely on hoping and wishing and believing and praying and all these things that people do, that they take away their responsibility and gives them hope. Hope is so strong, fam. Faith is very, very strong. That's why people depend on it. It's so strong. One cannot do anything, not do a single thing. They won't take responsibility. They won't take ownership. They won't study the process and sit there and still feel good about their situation by saying one day is going to get better. And this is why people would rather have that in society. It's better to have a society that hopes, right? Because there'll be a bunch of people who have no intention to change, no intention to take responsibility, but in their mind, they're thinking maybe one day, one day, one day, one day. And then we wonder why we don't understand ourselves. We wonder why day by day goes by. That we're saying one day, I hope, I wish, without changing our attitude, without taking responsibility. Family, you have to take ownership of your life. We're talking about every part of your life. You have to put in effort towards the direction you want to go. If it's your attitude you need to change, you have to put in the effort to change your attitude, to change your perspective, to understand yourself first, to understand why you want to react the way you want to react, why certain things bother you. Why don't you just solve the problem? Why do you allow things to roll on to the next day? Family, you have to study yourself. So, do this today. Ask yourself, when something happens, when you hear something that you normally will get offended by, ask yourself, do I have to respond this way? Can I change the way I respond to things? What is my intention that's creating my attitude? And that's it, family. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you found this valuable, give me some thumbs up. Share this with somebody you know. Comment below. I love the comments. I love seeing you guys reacting and commenting on the post. It helps with the growth of the podcast. So only if you felt this, only if you found value in this, comment below. Give me some fire emojis, family. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll catch you guys next time.